The Legion of Lettow. During the early history of the Jedi Order, the Kashmir exile Xandor was studying the Force and its light side aspect called the Ashla. A respected Jedi Knight, Xandor was a vocal opponent to the Order's increasingly exclusionary ways and eager to learn the techniques and teachings of the other Force traditions. Among his closest allies was a follower and steel hand of Palawa named Arden Lyn. The two of them shared philosophies that differ from the Jedi High Council, and over time they became lovers. Xandor approached the High Council and requested their blessings in opening a new Jedi Academy far from Ossus to focus on the darker aspects of the Force. When the Council refused, Xandor quietly left the Order and traveled to the planet Lettow to open an academy which focused its teachings on the Bogan. Drawing on Force traditions, Xandor's academy drew a tickle of interest which quickly transformed into a roaring river. It was these acolytes which named their new group the Legions of Lettow, as they knew that they would one day be forced to defend their traditions from the Jedi High Council's wrath. At the academy, the legionaries followed similar initiation ceremonies that were practiced by the Jedi Order. For example, the forging of Force-imbued blades was carried over from ancient practices. Initiates shaped high-carbon steel in the furnaces of the academy in an extremely challenging ritual, melding the blade's molecular lattice with that of the energy crystal, making the blade and the crystal one and the same. With the furnace-forged steel, the legionaries adopted the ancient Jarkai fighting art, calling it Neman after the Kashi gods. Sometime in the 24,500 BBY, the Jedi Order had grown weary of the Descendants' continued existence and decided to put an end to the Great Schism, which had torn at the Order's fabric for too long. Forming a massive army, the High Council forced the legionaries into open combat. Reluctant to take up the title of general, Xandor hoped to avoid massive bloodshed by bringing the war directly to Ossus. During the battle, Xandor's forces were pushed back and forced to commit troops to several fronts as the Order pushed the legionaries toward the galaxy's core. In an attempt to warn the Galactic Republic of the Jedi Order's forcing the conflict into civilized space, Xandor was ignored and branded as a warlord by the Republic. Campaigns were played out until the Jedi leader, Master Pina, managed to come face-to-face with Xandor on Columbus. Known as the Green Blade, Master Pina and his Jedi Knights were able to separate Xandor's vanguard from the bulk of his army through the use of a strong force meld. Pina eventually dueled Xandor and slew him in hand-to-hand combat. With Xandor dead, Arden Lyn took command of the remaining legionaries on Lettow. As Pina's forces sacked the academy, Lyn and her comrades held off the Jedi until the surviving legionaries could free Republic space. Separating from the rest of the survivors so they could not be cornered together, Lyn attempted to hide beyond Catel Fard, but was hunted merciless by Master Pina, and he finally cornered her on Urkala. There, Lyn used a Kashmir talisman gifted to her by Xandor to shatter Pina's blade and send the shards through his body. As he lay dying, Pina poured his last bit of life into attacking Lyn with the Morichiro technique, stopping her heart and nearly killing her. All remaining legionaries were hunted down or left to die in exile. Their attempted schism was crushed by the Jedi Order, leaving the Legions of Lettow to descend into myth and legend, barely remembered in the footnote of galactic history.